Today was such a fantastic day. We went from Whitehorse to Skagway and a beautiful drive, beautiful weather.
It
I
was
couldn't ask for
awesome.
anything better.
Yeah, it was so nice. Good morning, Pepper. Meow meow. Meow meow. Good morning.
Good morning.
And here's how Deanna reaches the top shelf.
In the back, the
In the
very
very
back.
back. Stools are important for tall RVs, right?
Short girls. Yeah. I made some more crumpets this morning.
Wow, look at this. You're getting it down.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good. Nice. All right. Something wrong with this picture, huh? Got the short girl doing doing the reach. Go, babe, go. Go, babe, go.
That's about as high as I go, babe. Oh, so we switched spots because he's better at this, being tall. But I'll just zoom in here on the, look at our front, just covered in bugs. I think the front needs a lot of help with maybe a car wash.
Right, I think that's better. Not perfect, but if anyone has a particular brilliant strategy for window cleaning, why don't you share in the comments? It might be interesting to compare notes. Deanna always has a hard time getting these off, and I can barely do it.
Seems like the one on Rev was much easier. I don't know why this is so difficult.
I think it's this extra little connector here that's really, that like gets on there and it's really tight. I mean, it's nice that it's tight, but it's a lot of work to get it off. So.
Yep, it is.
One other thing we've noticed is that there's no all the Canada websites or Canada camping grounds that we've been to are 30 amp max. There's definitely no 50 amps that we've run across. So you want to make sure that you've got your connectors. You might even want to have a 20 amp connector. You know, that's the typical American household style connector. But if you have a 50 amp, you definitely need to knock it down to 30 or 20 whenever you camp and have any kind of hookups. We picked up these little walkie-talkies to help each other in these spots where maybe mobile phones don't work. So that's actually worked out pretty good. We noticed a lot of campsites have gas when you're this far north, and they actually have most of them will give discounts if you're staying at the campsite. So I think these guys give 3 or 6 cents off. So might as well use it. Looks like they also sell propane fill-up, which is useful if you're running out of propane. Wow, this is a really pretty little gorge right here at Whitehorse. Look at that, so pretty. Little emerald green. Such a smooth flow, pretty rocks. And this way, got this cool little walking bridge that goes over the gorge there. A neat little island there. Or I guess it's a peninsula, not an island, but still very pretty. Got some rafters coming down and kayakers, and that looks pretty fun. Or maybe it's canoers. That's pretty cool.
There it is. Beautiful little canyon. according to the sign back there, they said that that is beaver activity. Sometimes you can actually see the beavers. I saw some people paddleboarding and boating.
That's fun.
Looks like a bunch of kids, like maybe even like a field trip or something, huh?
Yeah.
This is the Miles Canyon, and this is the Yukon River. We walked over the Miles Canyon suspension bridge and just enjoying the beautiful glacial,
It is really pretty.
Glacial blue waters.
It's a gorgeous sunny day too.
Yes. And I didn't get it on camera, but there was a bald eagle that just kind of soared right down the canyon,
Nice.
being chased by a seagull.
Oh, that's wild.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess the seagull wants this to be their fishing ground, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. It's a beautiful overlook of the Yukon River.
Yes. Gorgeous.
It's a beautiful sunny day today.
Yes.
We're having a lot of fun. Got some folks down there doing some kayaking.
Yeah, looks like maybe
or canoeing.
It might actually be some like classrooms or something.
Like a field trip or something.
Yeah, like a field trip, because there's a bunch. They're all mostly kids with
That's
maybe one
fun.
adult.
That's pretty fun.
That would be a fun field trip to do.
Yeah. Beautiful little section of river. They have these pretty blue flowers. Did you find out what
I thought they might be forget-me-nots, because they said the Alaskan flower is the forget-me-nots.
Maybe. Anybody know? We'll look it up.
I guess I could do the... Gorgeous.
I love the breeze that comes down this way. It's really nice.
Oh, there's a paddle boarder coming up.
Oh yeah, paddle boarder way off over there. Let's see. He's got the stand-up approach. Seems like your back would get tired after a while, but I've seen him sit down.
I think it's a good core exercise.
Yeah.
You're really cruising fast.
They're gonna swamp the poor paddleboarder over there. I don't see where the paddleboarder went.
He went over in this little corner.
Did he?
Here comes another one.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the paddleboarder there. You gotta be careful with those guys, huh?
It doesn't feel like this is the type of river you're supposed to go speeding up. It kind of feels like it's a relaxing,
That's funny.
time kind of river.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're the poor paddleboarder in this scenario, you got to be careful. Apparently, some speedboats might come and swamp you. It's the Mile Canyon Suspension Bridge.
I liked. Very nice. You could probably spend a whole day just
on this trail
on
here.
Just walking on different trails. There was just trails everywhere.
Yeah.
So you could probably spend a good half a day just walking. Beautiful scenery.
Really was.
But we're gonna get on the road.
On to Skagway.
And Skagway, or do we want to go look at
the fish hatchery?
Yeah, we'll go look at the fish.
The dam and the fish hatchery.
Yeah, supposedly some fish ladder.
Fish ladder.
Which probably nothing's going up now because it's not salmon season,
Right.
but might
Yeah,
be kind of fun
check
to
it
look
out.
at.
It's a gorgeous river and mountain area. There's a seaplane right there in the water on this lake.
Is that considered a seaplane even though it's on a river?
Okay, a river plane?
I don't know. I was asking. It was a curiosity, wondering, do you still call it a seapplane if you?
I think you do.
You
I don't
still
know.
do?
Water plane? How
Water
about that?
plane? Yeah. Oh wow, it's even at a dock.
Yeah.
Somebody. Oh yeah, so it looks like you park here and you can take your plane out.
Yeah. That's fun.
What was it that?
Yeah, some more planes. Lots of planes.
There are planes here.
Nice.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is where I saw something. Yeah, Alpine Aviation.
That's fun.
It's like a
Get these
storage
cool
containers.
planes, yeah.
They got one of those trailers like Mom has.
Yeah.
I guess it'll take you up.
Yeah, how fun.
Oh, there's the paddle boat. Yeah, right. I've seen
Yeah.
that.
Pretty little area. Well, that's interesting. So apparently they actually had a boat lock that they're repairing that can help you go up and down at the different levels past a dam. That's interesting. Here we have the town of Whitehorse. So pretty. A fun little area of the river here.
I guess if you wanted to see the Klondike, I guess you would park it somewhere in here.
We got the SS Klondike ship there. The SS Klondike. It's pretty.
Yeah. There's that seagull.
Think it's the same one?
I don't know if it's the same one. There's noisy. Oh, here we go. There's a seagull, not a seagull. Maybe this isn't a seagull. Herring gulls.
They're herring gulls, huh? There's the fish ladder there. Alright, the Whitehorse fish ladder. So it looks like in fishy season, in salmon season, it'd be open and you'd be able to go in there and watch the salmon go up the fish ladder. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
Gotta go check out the Klondike steamship. Oh, there's spots on the side here too.
It says
Yeah, let's do the
though.
middle. Yeah, do the middle spot.
Do the middle. Apply the Canadian portion of the Yukon River. It's the largest vessel.
Oh, it's the largest vessel to ever ply the Yukon River.
The stern wheeler was built by the British Yukon Navigation Company, launched at Whitehorse in 1937. And her
1937 at Whitehorse launch, huh?
place her namesake, which sank the year before, Klondike. Oh, and actually, some that sunk. Number 2 was designed to expedite the movement of silver, lead ore on the Yukon River. That's what it was.
So it
Dawson
went
City.
between Dawson
City and Whitehorse
for silver and lead.
And silver
it
and
says
lead.
passengers
Also passenger and freight.
Huh.
Uh,
Famous red chairs that they have for
All over Canada.
Canadian parks. Check out these little flower boxes. They're like old refurbished conveyor scoops for raising things up. That's kind of cool. Got these cool vibes there. Let's go. A picture of a steamship in that gorge. That's definitely a way more rapids.
Yeah.
I guess because of the dams that they use to control the flow.
1958 they put the dam in, which stopped it.
Some delicious leftovers for lunch
Some leftovers.
in the Klondike steamship parking lot.
And we'll head on to Skagway, 2 hours from here.
Sounds fun.
Nice.
All right, we just turned south onto Highway 2 south on, and called the Klondike Highway to Skagway. It's supposed to be about a 2-hour drive. Supposed to be kind of pretty.
Take a look. Supposed to be a couple of nice stops or something.
Thanks for driving us today, Deanna.
No problem. I enjoy it.
Pretty good drive so far. The road's pretty good. Got some nice asphalt. Got some pretty mountains up ahead. They should be getting taller and taller as we head into the Skagway kind of gorge. Seems like a
snowy, right?
Yeah, I think so. Gotta find a clean spot on the windshield. You saw some address signs?
Yeah, like address signs and mailboxes. People actually live out here, I guess.
That's awesome. I mean, it makes sense. What a beautiful place to live.
Yeah, that's pretty. Emerald Lake. Going towards Skagway, there's this thing called the Carcross Desert. Probably they think we heard something about it being the smallest desert in the world. It's just so bizarre. I mean, if all this green, you got all this sand. So it's interesting. They're saying that this really isn't a desert, even though it looks like a desert, but it's more like Carcross dunes, and it's a very rare habitat of one of only a few dune systems in northwestern North America. And they said it has to do with, it used to be a lake. So this is just the remains of a lake that just dried up.
It's got this really nice
river.
Cool breeze coming in down this valley.
Yeah. We noticed that up here in the Yukon and Alaska area, people are a lot tougher. For example, there is a sign that's down south where it says, don't feed the bears, where now we're seeing signs that say, don't hunt the bears. I think that makes them tougher.
I think you're right. Definitely tougher. Stories?
Yeah, it's interesting. So they used to call this Bove Lake, but now it's Tagish Lake.
So it looks like we started up here, and now we're here at the Tagish Lake, and then we're working our way down here towards Skagway. continuing the journey now.
Yep.
Gorgeous, gorgeous,
Beautiful,
gorgeous.
beautiful view.
Crazy beautiful,
Yeah. Follow the camera.
Clean windshield for at least 5 minutes, maybe.
Well, we did refill our things, so maybe
Yeah,
I can
that's
try
true.
to keep it. I can try to keep it clean.
Yeah, that's true.
All right,
You
so
really need
like a mill or something.
yeah, but it's got to be that slide's got to go onto the river to load on a barge. I bet.
You think it's a slide or is
Maybe
it,
not.
or is it a
Maybe it's
roof?
just the roof. Sparkling waters, beautiful mountain,
Glacial Mountain.
right?
So we go from the Yukon to British Columbia, then Alaska. So we just crossed into British Columbia, so
British Columbia again.
didn't realize it came up this far.
Amazing mountain ahead of us. Wow.
Welcome to Moon Lake. Moon Lake. It's a real pretty big lake. Lakes, the icy mountains,
Right? Yeah.
trees.
So beautiful.
I don't see anything right.
All right. This is another Klondike style thing where you just have to watch for the train yourself. No guards or lights or anything.
Interesting terrain. That's an interesting terrain.
Yeah, it is. Rocky.
Yeah, very
and
rocky.
got trees, mountains, and water.
It's almost like a real low mountain area with this,
Yeah,
and this
yeah.
lake. So pretty. We're actually pretty close to
We're at
Skagway.
this very rocky kind of. You can actually just barely make out the train tracks down there below alongside the river.
Mountains and stuff.
It's gorgeous. You might not have came up this far. We have just entered a different time zone. It says that we're in the Alaska time zone now instead of the Yukon.
We're in Alaska now.
Looks like we're at the top of the pass here.
Guess they would call this the
This-
Whitehorse Pass, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess that's the Whitehorse Pass or something like that. So crazy, crazy beautiful. So pretty. There's still snow up here too.
It's crazy. Is I don't remember this much water when we came on the train ride. We were on the other side of this.
Yeah. stuff.
I'm thinking it's like a granite or
Yeah.
definitely volcanic type.
I don't know. Look at how tall Deanna is.
I've grown. I like this view.
There's Mita.
The top of the Whitehorse Pass.
Yep. Gorgeous area.
Beautiful area. Having fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun out here. That's crazy down there.
That is really crazy. That is real crazy. There's the waterfalls.
Approaching U.S. Customs. So they'll place to show passports, I think.
Yep.
There's customs. Here we are in Skagway. It's funny, we keep passing these parking lots that have these tons and tons of buses, and I guess it's
All in
because
America.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like these are all owned by Holland America or like rented to them. So the Skagway River.
All in
Speaking of
America.
buses, yep, there's some. They probably just dumped off some people. Oh, look, there's two cruise ships out there in the port. Tall ships.
On wheels.
Yeah, you can see that cruise ship down there on
Yeah.
the port. We have the Garden City RV Park. Looking for the entrance here. Deanna's driving around the circle so that we can get a better angle on the RV spot that we've got. And there she is, so she's gonna come on in over here. Okay, well, we got the RV parked, so now it's time to
Explore Skagway.
explore Skagway and find some. Deanna's thinking fish and chips,
I don't know, I just kind of feel like we should be getting some type of
seafood
fish.
or something. Yeah,
Seafood.
that's right. Yeah.
And we actually see some cruise ships up there. I
Yeah.
just saw a Holland America bus go by.
Yep.
When we came here 3 years ago, that's what we did, was Holland America.
Yeah.
And we stopped in Skagway to do the Whitehorse Pass train ride.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Ooh, books. There's a moose reading some books in there. Skagway Chamber of Commerce. Little building.
So there's
Got ourselves a little wooden sidewalk here. Oh, there's the pizza parlor. That's fun. Skagway Outlet Store. The historic Skagway has a pub and restaurant.
and the winter
Yeah, the wind coming up the fjord. So you're thinking this is rhubarb? Yeah. Yeah, it's got those big red.
It's a red celery like it's the bar.
Oh, that's cool. Adventure wear. Oh, Bombay curry. Grizzlies. General. They got the Gold Digger and the Cafe on 5th over here.
Isn't Texas cute? That's a funny shirt. Hey, look, a menu.
Skagway, Alaska. The Klondike Gold Rush jewelry.
Alaska Christmas store. Here, it's Christmas.
Oh yeah, Alaska Christmas store. There we go. The mountain shop.
Hiking good stuff.
Ah, fun stuff. Hiking and all that good stuff. Benny's Bonanza Bites.
Donuts and stuff, it looks like.
This looks fun.
Yeah, they do have fish and chips. Halibut, cod, and salmon.
Here it is. Woodies Southeast Seafood. Oh yeah, this looks nice. Find something to eat. Yeah.
This looks like a fun place, huh?
Yeah.
But thought maybe it would be fun to drive down and see the town more.
It's such a different experience driving through the pass and coming
Oh,
down here.
that was
It's such
so beautiful.
Such more of an example of like how remote and how fun and like the heights and stuff are so beautiful.
I know.
All right. Well, we're hanging out at Woodies here, and we got some king crab and salmon, fish and chips, and homemade or local on-tap
root beer.
Woodies root beer. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Having fun.
Having fun.
Nothing like grabbing a couple scoops of ice cream and walking through the downtown, right?
Of Skagway, yep. After a nice crab and fish and chip dinner.
Yeah. I think we're spoiling ourselves. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, it's a lot of fun.